Oh my. They have just released a trailer for the new upcoming Flash movie, The Flash. I've said a few times that they were going to use this to reset the DC universe because in the comics, Flashpoint, which is basically what this is, Flash goes back in time to save his mom, goofs a bunch of things up. This is pretty much that story. In the story in the comics, he does that. When he comes back, a lot of things are messed up. Because, you know, it's the butterfly effect. You change one thing, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things, 1,000,000,000 things can change that you're not aware of. Let's check this trailer out. And let's do it.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again. Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. It's my face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe. Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
If the movie is as good as the trailer, they may be onto something. I've been reading DC comic books and Marvel comic books longer than I care to say, because you would not believe how old I am. And watching that stuff play out in the books, I've always thought, okay, DC has wanted to say, look, this is how strong our people are. Look how strong they are. They're so strong. Batman is the smartest guy, but also Lex Luthor is the smartest guy. Superman is the strongest male hero, and Wonder Woman is the most powerful female hero. Aquaman controls all of the ocean. The Flash, there's no one faster than the Flash, even though Superman might be faster because he's Superman, but he's not. It was just about power. And then when they would sit down and have to write out a story, Superman punched a dude. What got me was Superman punched a guy in the face that was robbing a bank in one comic book that I had. And he knocked him out. then in another comic book, he sneezed and blew a galaxy, a universe. He blew a universe away. He just sneezed, and all these planets and stuff were floating through the air because of the power of the wind he carried in his lungs, the air. And I was like, well, if he's that strong, if he punched a dude, that dude should just explode into atoms. You know, he's way too strong to be punching criminals, stopping cars. You know, his density would be perpetual. He's not just one thing to be that dense. He would have, you know what? He was too strong to be punching people. So then I would go to Marvel and pick up a Marvel comic book, and Spider-Man, who was possibly stronger than me, Spider-Man had problems that related to stuff that I went through. You know, he was in high school and college and having problems with girls and all kinds of stuff, and it led to interesting stories. His girlfriend got attacked by a villain and thrown off of a bridge, led to interesting stories. He once had to knuckle up with the Juggernaut, led to interesting stories. My point is, DC had what we now call OP characters, overpowered. They were just too strong. Marvel had moderately powered characters. Today they've got a lot of OP ones, but normally they just had moderately powered characters that were going through stuff that led to a good story. This is one of DC's best stories, and I think that they should stick with that. But they mirror each other. You know, when Marvel had Civil War, Captain America versus Iron Man, DC had BVS, Batman versus Superman. The Avengers were doing well, and they had another Avengers movie. They decided to change BVS and make it BVS, Dawn of Justice, the Justice League. And then they kept changing it because it was supposed to be, you know, Rise of the Seven. But there was only 6 of them. They dropped a dude. Green Lantern, Shazam, Martian Manhunter, whoever it was supposed to be. They dropped a guy for the movie, and they just changed what the movie was going to be about, because they needed to mimic what was good instead of just doing. They've got good stuff. They just don't want to use their good stuff. They want to do what's hot and making money. This, even though it's kind of Quantumania, somebody's altering time to change things in their favor. The Flash is altering time to change things in his favor. There's similarities. It's not the same movie, but it's similarities. Even with that, this is one of their better stories, and I hope they kind of stick to it. That scene where Kara is all shriveled up and weak, and she's on the rock, but when she gets out and she gets a little sunlight and she's up there, and Batman's like, you know, we're going to do this, and he moves his hand and she flies down. That happened previously. That has happened, but it was Superman. I think that they might have a good thing if they stick to it. Who knows what's going to happen? You know, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy director is over there, man. But I feel like it's going to be good. I feel like it's going to be good. But that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? Now that you've seen the video, let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport.